Shocks-Giants
are in Detroit. Not in Detroit, they're in Dallas. Mike McCarthy looking to hold on to his job, maybe. Cowboys have owned this matchup, going 14-1 in their last 15 games. Coach, you like the Giants in here, maybe? Is this a must-win for Dallas?
Yeah, I think this could be this. I thought about this as an upset alert for the Giants because, Dallas just gets a big win, and what do they always do? They always, go back to the mean, go back to the problems that they've had after an exciting an exciting period of time. They're 0-5 at home. They used to be 16. They had a 16-0 run at home. It's absolutely a must-win if you're trying to save your job, but it's probably going to be more problematic than you think because there's so much enthusiasm from the last time they won.
Prue, go ahead.
It's a must-win. All right, Mike McCarthy's fighting for his job. It's on the board. We all know that he actually returns next year, and you got to win. You got to maybe win out, but you definitely got to beat Drew Lock and the New York Giants. You mentioned, Coach, they're 0-5 at home. You 0-6, and you lost to a backup quarterback. I get that Cooper Rush is playing, and even though none of us think they're going to make the playoffs, you still are mathematically very much alive if you win this game. So must win.
Must lose.
Must lose.
Yeah, for the future. Sorry, Coach, you're not going to like this. Earmuff it. They need to move on from McCarthy. The only way they're going to actually have a chance to change, and I don't even think McCarthy is the primary problem in Dallas, but the only way they're going to have a chance to actually change some of the systemic issues there is if they have a new head coach who is going to actually have the power of a fresh new contract that no matter what he says to Jerry to get the job, once he gets the job, it starts being his voice leading the team and he pushes back against it. If they lose this game, Jerry's going to be done with McCarthy. He's not going to lose to a team you have owned with 40 million people watching. It's a must lose. Give me the point.
Obvious.
Okay. So, yeah, obviously for the Dallas Cowboys as a whole, you want to lose this game. It helps your draft order and all of that. But that's not the question, right? The question is must win for McCarthy. I think even just for this team itself, yes, if you're talking about bigger picture, losing is absolutely the way to go. You want to lose every game from here on out, technically, right? Which, people don't love to hear, but it is the reality of the NFL and the situation. But if you're talking about this team, who they are individually, coaching and all of that, it is absolutely a must win because if they lose, I don't care. You're going up against another backup quarterback. You are the Dallas Cowboys. You're at home Thanksgiving. Right, you're gonna have who's singing there? Wasn't it Dolly Parton last year or whatever? You should still be able to beat the New York Giants. Maybe if it was still Daniel Jones and the Giants still had something going on positively for them, then you could say, okay, you got a backup quarterback too. What are you gonna do? But the Giants are such a mess. Whoever loses this game is just more of a mess, quite frankly. It just proves how awful they really are. And so if the Cowboys lose this game, it will only enhance just how awful and downright pathetic they are. I mean, there'll be no other way to slice it. And it's not like winning this game proves that they're not. It just would be like, oh my God, they're exceptionally bad. Exceptionally bad. And I think the Dallas Cowboys will win this game and should win this game. So it's going to be... It's definitely going to be a fun game, honestly, to watch. They were trying to highlight this game and promote it so badly last weekend. I was watching all the games, and so I saw this commercial for for them trying to promote the Giants Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Oh my God, literally probably 50 times. And at times, because I watch multiple games at the same time on different screens, and so many times the commercial would be playing at the same time, and they were trying to pump this game up like this was going to be the game of the century, Giants, Cowboys, Thanksgiving, division rivals, two iconic brands, let's go. And it was yeah, okay, sure. This is a race to the bottom for these two teams, unfortunately, for their fan bases. And so but now that I think about this game a little bit more and more, it'll be yeah, it's not going to be an intense game and it doesn't really matter, but it should still be a fun game and, dare I say, a funny game, to watch, especially when you're kind of like half paying attention with family and eating food and doing all that. Because that's the context that I'll be watching this game. Quite frankly, I'll be with family at that time. And it'll still be on in the background. But yeah, I'm just looking for some action, honestly, some interesting situations, which I think both the Cowboys and the Giants are more than prepared to give us, quite frankly. So yeah, I mean, also if you are Mike McCarthy and you're looking for another job or to stay with the Cowboys, losing this game again would be a tough one. If you had a little bit more equity and a little bit more goodwill built in, you could lose this game. But I just don't think McCarthy at this point has it, not only just with the Dallas Cowboys, but with the NFL as a whole, quite frankly. So finding a way to win this game would still signal, hey, I'm still a good coach. I can still get this team ready. Yeah, the Giants aren't anything special, but listen, this team is reeling. We've had serious problems. We have no quarterback. Like, we've had injuries. I got a crazy GM and owner who like is just a literal cowboy, and and yet I can still find ways to win. That signals to some of these other teams that might need another head coach, wherever that may be. So I think it really is important to McCarthy to at least look competent, to at least look like, hey, we got things going on. And I know the players don't want to lose either. They're not thinking, oh, hey, if we lose, we'll get a better draft pick and this, that. Like, I'm just not so sure if that's really where their mind is at this point, because a lot of those guys, especially like even like a Micah Parsons, where technically his team, it would be better for him to get a better draft pick. Like, the dude's got pride. He wants to win. He doesn't want to lose, and he's playing for big money as well. So there's just too much pride on the line, especially going up against the Giants for this game. To not potentially be, competitive in a way where they're trying. I don't see the Cowboys or the Giants quitting. Colin Cowherd always talks about where he always sees teams that quit and stuff like that. It's hard for me to imagine that you're going to see the Cowboys or the Giants, for that matter, quit. If anything, this looks like this is just going to be pretty much two high school teams trying their best to do what they can. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Dallas Cowboys? Do you think this is a must-win for the team itself, for Mike McCarthy? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I'd absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.